HearthStone, Death Knight Rising, Game 11. So if you haven't seen episode 0, there is an episode 0 for this level 34 playlist. Just like there was an episode 0 from the level 33 playlist. If you haven't seen my level 33 playlist, check that out. But both playlists have an intro. Episode 0, so the episode previous to this, which is probably 0 different deck, give you a rundown of the cards we're about to see. And it's a temporary deck. If you've seen my level 33 playlist, we're seeing different cards this time.
The Lich King versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The past is dead.
Jaina, eh? So it's undead mage, myself, versus living mage. So I always feel weird playing Skeletal Sidekick turn 1. Because he's not going to have an undead to give +2 attack, but just get him going. So everything in the deck is small casting costs, so I don't even know. Do I need to switch any of this stuff out? There's a bit of a theme here, actually. Everything but the Skeletal Sidekick has got some ability to get a new card. So. And they're all sequential there. Notice that it's 1, 2, 2, 3. Here's what I could do to help make the Skeletal Sidekick more effective is use my coin to get something else going. Something that the Skeletal Sidekick can give a bonus to, right? So the only undead creature I got sitting in my hand right now, other than the Sidekick, is this Harbinger of Winter. So let's do that. Death Rattle, draw a Frost Spell.
Stand the cold.
Job done.
And she's 3 power. See that yellow sword bottom left if you haven't. If you're new, in case you're new. This is the first game of the new playlist. Oh no, Murlocs. Can be incredibly powerful if used with used in good combination. Well, I'm gonna do the damage while I can. I'm gonna give my girl +2 attack. Friendly undead.
Death calls.
Reach for the skies.
There you go. 5 power. 5 power getting to attack on turn 2. Why not? Crunch. And then we'll throw this silly body bagger out there too, although I don't know if I've structured my deck to use corpses, but we're gonna gain another one.
Me have bad for you.
Alright, win or lose, this has already been a fun game. Gotten this rather fit woman out and made her rather powerful. It's not gonna last though. It's all too tempting as something to kill off. With only 2 toughness, but when she dies, she'll give me a frost spell. Out of my deck. And there you have it. We've seen the frost strike in, if you saw the intro, if you saw episode 0, go back. If you haven't seen it, go back. So we'll use this effectively too. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, discover a frost rune card. So I somehow got to get this taunt out of my way anyway. Well, what do you
My rule is eternal.
Do I want to waste my skeletal psychic on a temporary benefit? I have to, don't I? I'm going to do 3 points. I need 5 to kill this thing, right? 5 toughness. So I got to manufacture 5 points total. Any way you look at it.
My rule is eternal.
I can't both charge. Well, I can charge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ah. I want to make use of this skeletal psychic. Tell you what, one skeletal psychic you give the other one the benefit. Oh. So too much indecision there. But anyway, here's another card we haven't seen, I think. Rime Fang Sword. So I got this just in case. Yeah, I got a rune card. I was supposed to be able to choose. I didn't get the time in.
You know,
But there's a weapon. After your hero attacks, reduce the cost of spell in your hand by 1. Probably want to make use of that. How much do I want to draw cards? After a friendly undead dies, draw a card. I can play her for the express purpose of getting these guys killed so I can draw cards. Just for fun. I might just do it. Don't need to win every game. Let's have some fun. So, these two can work together to kill off this fairy dragon. And I'll put the acolyte out in advance so I can draw cards for it.
Death calls.
One more death can't hurt.
He's undead. I'm gonna get these people killed intentionally. Draw a card. Draw a card. Pretty cool. Picked up a couple things. Death Chiller. And a rambunctious stuffed animal. Again, if you haven't seen episode 0, go back. Go back one episode to see what these things do. Talked about them. I can review them, I suppose. Put the Death Chiller out before I cast a spell. This to deal damage to enemies. Hold on to the rambunctious stuffy until I have a frost spell available.
Nice to meet you.
Oh. They froze my acolyte of death. So, if I get a friendly undead kill, they draw a card. So I can sling a ghoul out there. And because he died, I'll gain a card. What else do I like?
Death calls.
Yeah, I just want to do that. Frankly. Draw another card. Alright, so now I gotta cast 3 spells while this is in my hand to get the benefit of that. What else is fun? Might want to use this thing here. After your hero attacks, reduce the cost of a spell in your hand by 1. So before I start thinking of using other spells.
Is eternal. I have but little
Rime Fang
time.
Sword. Just to make use of it.
Your soul is mine.
There we go. Reduce the cost of my reap what you sow card. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm playing particularly effectively, but this is mostly just an exercise in just introing the deck and seeing what some of these cards do. And I advertised my other Hearthstone programming, if you will. So I can use this Rime Fang Sword to reduce the cost of spells in my hand. and then utilize the Death Chiller to cast the spells on the cheap to do damage to random enemies. So, there's cool stuff going on here. Might want to think about my Howling Blast, actually, which can do a lot.
Time runs out on me.
Do a lot of harm to people. Mage's uncorking some serious magic. My health is getting a bit low. 16, not very much. So, I'm going to need... the Howling Blast was 3 to cast, right? So 1 to get the Howling Blast, 3 to cast it. What does it do again? I can deal 3 damage to a target and then 1 to everything else. I think we got to do this. Discover a temporary. Do 3 damage to an enemy and freeze it. 1 damage to all other enemies. Howling Blast. I want to get rid of this. Get rid of this taunter without having to take any more of its 3 damage. Kind of sucked. But it's a temporary spell. See that? It's all dark and glory to remind you that if you don't use it, you lose it. So 3 damage to an enemy and freeze it. 1 damage to all other enemies. So eat this. A lot of ass there. And a ghoul! Get a ghoul out there! Kill somebody! There we go. Well, I have a card advantage. 7 to 3. Good like my chances in that regard. Oh. Oh, that was cold and unfeeling. Cool spell, though. If you haven't seen the portals, there's a variety of portals. Firelands portals, 6 damage to anything and summon a 6 cost minion. Pretty good. 7 to cast, but cool spell, cool art. Anyway, I gotta better focus here. Focus. So, after you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies.
My rule is
Well, I could use this to
eternal.
possibly kill off. I could both kill off the Flame Elemental and strip this Divine Shield. First time takes damage, ignore it. We'll try that. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies. And the spell will be give undead in your hand +1/+1. I don't want to waste an attack spell on something that's got Divine Shield. Here we go. Give undead in your hand.
I have but little time.
As I cast a spell. Oh, I didn't actually deal damage to him. I'll do another one. Go again. There, I stripped his Divine Shield. Take that. Yeah, I'm not.
Will sink to the depths.
Didn't cast it in time. We're largely doing this for fun. Don't need to win every game. I think it's been a reasonably memorable game. Touched on a lot of cool stuff. I should focus on what would be fun to do here at the end. What's more fun? Discover a blood rune card? Or choose between excavate options. I can do both. Okay. Spend a corpse to discover a blood rune. So corpses in the bottom right, if you've never seen that, they pile up corpses when your minions die. Okay, Blood Mage, Hematurge. Spend a corpse to discover a blood rune. Okay, look at some blood-related. Heart Strike. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, gain a corpse. Arcanite Ripper, as in playing a guitar, you rip with it. Arcanite Ripper. Death Rattle. Summon a 1/1 lifesteal undead.
Calls.
Change your health on your turn while equipped to improve. That's pretty complicated. Pretty cool though. How about this? Death Strike. Deal 6 damage to a minion lifesteal.
Have but little
That'll
time.
keep this going a little while longer. Why not do this? So we can get a look at excavating. So I gained another card out there.
Citadel stands strong.
So this is what I gained as a random excavate card. A friendly minion +2/+2 deal 2 damage to a random enemy minion. Oh no, 7 damage, that's just enough to kill me. Oh, dead. Oh well, had a pretty good time. I mean, the point is to have fun, isn't it? I can lose once in a while, I can live with it, I'm not so vain and prideful. So that's game 11, that'll open level 34.